What's up, my comic comrades? We've been covering the entirety of the DC vs. Vampires miniseries here on the show, and we have finally reached the finale in issue 12. If you haven't watched any of our videos covering the previous 11 issues, you could do so right here. Or better yet, pick up the issues for yourself, as they're fantastic and definitely deserve a full read. But with that said, let's see how issue 12 wraps things up. The issue starts off with several heroes in Gotham fighting off vampires such as Batgirl, Damian Wayne Robin, Signal, Roy Harper, and more. We quickly see Signal sacrifice himself by setting off an explosive so his fellow heroes can get away. Harley and Batgirl are then stopped by Wonder Woman, who's a vampire, saying, "Good evening, Miss Gordon, my lord awaits," referring to Nightwing, who, if you didn't know, is king of the vampires. The book then takes us to Australia, where we see Steel saying Kara, as in last issue, Martian Manhunter ordered for the ship to be taken out, which apparently it has been. John Constantine then comes through a portal saying, "There you are, I've been trying to find you. A group went into Gotham and I can't get a hold of them." "Bloody hell, man, you look proper grim. What happened?" Steel replies, "Martian Manhunter found us." Constantine says, "Well, just hang on, mate, help is on the way." Steel then tells him, "You're too late, Hellblazer," as he points to the blown up ship that Supergirl was on. Then back in Smallville, we see Grifter attack the vampire guards at the human farm with daggers made from Swamp Thing. At this point, Grifter and Green Arrow tag team all the vampires and actually start winning. We are then taken back to Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, and Batgirl, where Wonder Woman has brought them back to her lord, aka Nightwing. He tells Wonder Woman to leave him alone with Barbara and Harley. He even asks, "Did you come here to kill me, Barbara?" She replies, "I came here to stop you, if you can be stopped." "Dick, make it make sense to me. Please, how could you do all this?" He replies, "How could I not? We have always surrounded ourselves with people who chose what was right and what was wrong, and used their strength to enforce their will. Am I really that different from Superman or Bruce?" She replies, "Bruce didn't eat people," while Harley asks, "Who is Bruce?" as she clearly doesn't know that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Nightwing replies, "No, he didn't, but he didn't need to survive." "Do you remember our first date? You took me to Big Belly Burger. I don't remember what you ordered, but you seem to not mind eating those weaker and less intelligent." She says, "Stop it, it's different and you know it." He tells her, "Is it? We choose moral lines for ourselves. I ate people who are vicious and cruel to others. You eat innocent cows and chickens that never did anything." Pissed off, she says, "The people you were killing, all that you were killing, they weren't all villains. They're not monsters." Dick says, "Barbara, stop it. We've both been doing this long enough to know these people you care about, they're all just one bad day away from becoming someone's worst nightmare." She tells him, "You're proof of that." He then tries to manipulate Barbara, saying, "Help me find a path where we can all coexist in a humane way. If anyone could find it, it's you." She says, "You think you could just fix what you did?" He tells her, "I think we can. It might take years, centuries even." She replies, "Centuries?" At this point, Harley starts attacking Nightwing, saying, "You damn idiot, he eats people." We are then taken back to Constantine and Steel, where Constantine says, "Tell me where you are, love. We could use you right now." Steel says, "Are you talking to me?" At this point, Mary Marvel arrives, holding Captain Cold, saying, "I think he was talking to me." Constantine tells Mary Marvel, "Supergirl's up there. Go find her." Then back to Nightwing, Barbara, and Harley, we see that Nightwing has Harley by the neck, with her asking for a little help from Barbara. Harley says, "We're trying to kill the bad guy, remember?" Nightwing says, "Killing me will change nothing. Diana or Clark will just take my place. You lost so much already. Think of what you can gain. Think of what good you could do if you join me." Dick then starts sweet-talking Barbara, getting her to stop attacking, but she says, "Let go of Harley," with him saying, "As you wish." After more sweet-talking to her, he gets close enough to her to say, "I'm sorry," as he bites her on the neck. We are then brought back to Smallville, where we see Green Arrow, Grifter, and Swamp Thing continue to fight the vampires on the human farm. They're pretty much beating all the guards, but at this point, their leader shows up, Hawkman. Green Arrow then starts unleashing arrows made from Swamp Thing into Hawkman's person. Hawkman says, "You can't hurt me with your little arrows anymore." Green Arrow says, "Those aren't my normal arrows, but I see your point." Green Arrow then continues to say, "I'm sorry for how much this is gonna hurt," as the Swamp Thing arrows start to enlarge and rip Hawkman apart, followed by Green Arrow saying, "We have these bloodsuckers on the run. Don't let up." Then back to Constantine and gang, we see Mary Marvel retrieve Supergirl's body. Captain Cold then asks, "Excuse me, I know it's a moot point now since she's dead and he's going to kill the rest of us," referring to Martian Manhunter, "but why did you bring me here?" Constantine tells Captain Cold, "She was going to fly you around the world so you could freeze the ash out of the clouds, cleaning the sky and bringing back the sun." He tells Constantine, "Yeah, I couldn't do that." Constantine says, "What?" He replies, "I know I said I could help. I lied. This is way too big for me. You would need the weather wizard or someone like that." Constantine tells him, "That's who we bloody wanted, but he died, so we got you." Captain Cold just tells him, "But all I have is my cold gun. I'm sorry." Jaina, while having her hands on Supergirl, says, "She's not dead yet." Constantine then looks at Captain Cold, saying, "Help her," ordering him to shoot his cold gun into the sky to hopefully clear out enough ash so that Supergirl can get some sun. To Captain Cold's shock, it works, healing Supergirl, at which point she flies up and uses her heat vision to kill Martian Manhunter. Then back to Nightwing and gang, we see Nightwing tell Barbara, "You're dying, drink," as he extends his hand. Harley then asks, "What did you do to her?" "You monster," he says, "Nothing, I gave her what she wanted." Barbara then hugs him, saying, "But now I want so much more," as she kisses him. She then looks at Harley saying, let's have some more love, as Harley tried to say, you can't eat me. But if you didn't know from previous issues, Harley has the cure inside of her blood. So Barbara just says, shush, sweet Harley, let the king eat and I will go next. Knowing that if Nightwing sucks her blood, he will die. After Nightwing does, he says, something is happening to me. Her blood, you made me drink the poison. Batgirl says, I never forced you to do anything, my love. I knew I could never kill you with my own hands. As she tricked him into killing himself. At this point, Wonder Woman and Gorilla Grodd come in, seeing that Nightwing is dead, with Wonder Woman saying, what did you do, you vile little woman? Batgirl replies, I killed your king, and unless I'm mistaken, that is not how you're supposed to refer to me now, is it? As they kneel before her saying, no, my queen, as she becomes the new ruler of the vampires, having killed the former. Yup, that's right, having killed Nightwing, Barbara Gordon is now the queen of the vampires. Batgirl says Dick Grayson had a weakness, me. I don't fault him. I had the same weakness for him. I wanted to save him, and he wanted to save me. But when I knew I couldn't save him, I was willing to sacrifice everything to stop him. He was not strong enough to do the same. Now I have shared my weakness, and I won't make the same mistakes he did. I can't. Our enemies have almost all fallen, as we see a few heroes left. She continues to say, those that remain are broken husks of what they once were. Toothless, the humans they fight for are all but lost. As I lead the vampire race, there's nobody left to challenge my authority. The war is over. I was the last casualty, and when I died, so did the last thing humanity had left to cling to hope. As we see, Barbara now leads the vampires with very few humans and heroes left in the world. And that, my friends, brings us to the conclusion of this miniseries. Although it's definitely left open for more. I gotta say, I really enjoyed the way things ended. Leaving it open for interpretation on what Barbara is going to do as Queen of the Vampires was definitely really fun. Because it doesn't seem like she's fully bad, but it doesn't seem like she's fully good either. So I'm sure we'll find out when this inevitably gets a sequel series. Either way, I enjoyed the series through and through. James Tynion did a fantastic job, and I'm hoping it continues to have spin-offs and sequels much like Deceased. But what do you guys think of DC vs. Vampires? Let us know down in the comments. And that's going to bring today's episode to a close, but if you enjoyed this video, check out this one right here. And if you like all of our videos, like, subscribe, and comment. It helps us grow. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.